Oh, absolutely.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
when I got my job back 18 months ago, I could have said, that was lucky.
Yeah, yeah,
Pull
yeah.
the ladder up, keep your mouth shut now, Mr. Buckley. Don't say anything else. You've got a nice job, you've got a nice life. And I thought about that, but something inside kept saying to me, this fight's not over for you, Nick. Don't be a coward. There'll be other people out there just like you who don't get your luck. I got a lot of luck when I won this battle. It wasn't all down to me. Other people will deserve that luck and deserve to win and beat cancel culture. And if I just disappear now off the face of the earth and live my life, then I've done a disservice to these people and I'm part of the problem then. So I'd like to get to a stage where the woke and the people engaged in cancel culture say to themselves, we're sorry the day we messed with Nick Buckley. Look at the problems he's causing us now. That's what I would class as a victory now.
Isn't the classic one, we've heard this quite a few times, but it's worth saying again, that the absolute worst mistake you can make is to apologise, isn't it?
It's one of the rules in my book.
Is it?
Yep, it's at the end of the book, there's a chapter, I think it's chapter 9, where somebody tweeted me when I was writing the book and I was putting it on Twitter what I was doing. And this lady said, in your book, can you give us not just lessons of what you learned, can you give us some advice about how we can be better and we can fight back? So the last chapter is that I did 12 tips basically. And one of them is don't apologise if you don't mean it, because there's not been an apology yet to the woke that they've accepted. All they do is they double down, they smell blood and they go after you even harder because we've already pushed you back half a step. So you've already proved to us you'll go backwards if we push. Wonder how far back you will go if we keep pushing. And that's what they do. You need to go, there's the line, and say, I'm not moving. Unless you've done something wrong. If you've done something wrong, the decent thing to do is go, I'm sorry about that phrase, and I didn't mean it like that, and I apologise for that, because, you know, we all can misspeak, I can misspeak. If we know we've done that, we need to apologise. Not when they've asked us, we should do it automatically. But if we're not sorry for what we've done or said, never apologise.
I totally take your point there, and it's a kind of nuanced position. I can't help thinking that even when you've misspoken, these people, they're not going to look say, oh, well, look, you know, this person, they've sort of said, yeah. They're going to think, like you said, double down. They're going to think, right, we've got it here, we've got them. And, you know, they will go on, because forgiveness is unknown to the woke, isn't it?
Yeah.
Absolutely unknown. So I think there's a bit of a problem there. But I think, isn't the crucial thing that you give 12 tips? This is for people who are not necessarily in the public eye. Yeah. This is the crucial thing, not academics, not in charities and things like this, who are facing these sorts of things on an everyday basis.
Absolutely. So the first tip is start using the word no.
No.
We want you to do this. No. Don't explain yourself. You don't have to explain yourself to anybody. The answer is no. Second tip I give is pretend to be confident, because there's only two types of people in this world. People who are not confident and people who pretend to be confident, because that's all that exists. So if you start looking like and talking as if you're a confident person, then you do start developing a little bit of confidence yourself. And then you won't be picked on, you won't be bullied because you look confident. Act now. Stop putting things off. So if things need to be done, things need to be said, then do it now, because when you do it now, there's things off your list. You feel better about it, and that develops confidence as well. So there's all these simple things we can do. Body language. You know, when you walk into the room with your head up. Look people in the eye. You've got nothing to hide. You're not inferior to anybody. All these things will develop that persona about you, and then you will feel better about yourself. And then you're more likely then to do the things you know you should be doing.
Yes. This has got a slight sort of feel of Jordan Peterson about it too. You know, a sort of, and I mean that in a complimentary way. This idea that somehow take responsibility. You know, take responsibility actually for what you have done or said, and don't, you know, basically be a coward, essentially.
Don't forget, this has been my career for 2 decades.
Right.
So I've spoken to tens of thousands of young people on the streets, in police stations, and everything I'm talking about now is what I've developed over those 2 decades. So saying to young people, is this the life you want? Because this life you're going to get. Take some responsibility. It wasn't the police's fault they arrested you for having cannabis in your pocket. You put that cannabis in your pocket. Don't blame the police that they're picking on you. Or why haven't you got a job? It's not that immigrants take all the jobs, mate. It's because you don't go to bed till 4 o'clock in the morning because you're playing video games and you've got no education, you can't read, can't write, you've got a criminal record. But we can help you get a job, but you need to want one. Do you want one? Do you want a better life? So this has been my career for 2 decades.
Yeah.